In 1924, we had our money raised to go to Cedar Bluff Camp, north of Coffeyville, on the Verdigris River. We had a little boy named Billy, and he had never been to camp before. He was really a tenderfoot. On the first day, naturally we had a bunch of boys wanted to organize a snipe hunting trip. They wanted a volunteer to go out and hold the sack for them, while the rest of the boys went out into the timber and chased the birds in. They said, "Billy, how about you? You're small, you can lay out there good holding a gunny sack and letting the birds come into you." Well, he didn't know what to do. He was scared. Well, I knew what the trick was, so I kept still. I said, well, I volunteered. I said, well, I'd go with Billy and spend the night out there with him holding the sack. We'd catch a lot of birds. They took us out into timber when it was sundown, put us in place amongst the pawpaws and the red haws and the persimmon trees and all kinds of possums and coons in that part of the country. Billy says, "Woody, you know where we're at?" I said, "Yes, Billy, I know right exactly where we're at." After they got out of hearing distance and scattered good to chase the snipes in, I knew it was safe then. I said, "Come on, Billy, let's go back to camp." "Aren't we going to stay here and catch snipes?" I said, "We can't catch no snipes. They can't chase them in." I said, "This is just a joke, just a break-in tenderfoot." When we got back to camp, there sits the scoutmaster on a bench, whittling away. He started to laugh. So after we got sat down there on the campfire with him, visiting with the scoutmaster, pretty soon here come the boys in from all around. They knew right then that I had double-crossed them. Well, we all slept in the bunk beds in the upper story of the dining hall. So I was the last one to get in bed. When I climbed up into my bunk, everything was quiet. Boy, oh boy, I come out of that bunk bed screaming, "A snake in my bed, a snake in my bed." What the boys had done, they had taken a piece of rope about 3 foot long, watered it down good, and greased it good, and coiled it up and put it in my bed. And when my cold, bare skin hit that, it felt like a snake. Well, when I began to scream and come out of that bed that way, boy, the flashlights started coming on and the giggles started coming on. Well, the next morning I had to get up early to get the big coal range going for the cook and things in place. The rest of them were in bed. I said, "Mrs. John, do you have any castor oil? Do you have any prunes?" "Oh yeah, we've got a big sack of prunes here." I set out a dish of hot prunes for each dish, everybody except me and Billy and the scoutmaster. And I put a spoonful of castor oil in each dish of hot prune. It mixed well. Well, when the boys got to breakfast, I said, "Now you've got to eat those prunes before you get anything else for breakfast." Well, they didn't like it. They didn't hardly taste the castor oil because it mixed well with the hot juice. Well, I cleaned house that day. So I was full of jokes in those days, just same as the boys were. That actually happened. That was a true experience of the first day in camp of Cedar Bluff Camp.